Yeah.
Hey, welcome everyone to Mystics Outlook. We got Cardell Dudley Jr. here, Raymond Lyons, and Wilson Tarpe Jr. Now, Cardell's at the ESA for the season opener. We saw the Liberty top the Mystics 85-80. Cardell, we'll start with you. What'd you see tonight as Washington opens the season on one?
But I mean, they came out competitive. They competed throughout the game. For those that may not know, this is the runner-ups from last season, from the WNBA Finals. So I felt like it would be a good gauge to kind of see, even though it's early, to see what type of team the Mystics will be. And you can see, like I said, I kind of figured they're hanging their hat more on the defensive end and letting that dictate the offense a little bit more than in years past where they led with their offense or whatnot. Uh, with losses, it wasn't so much as what the Liberty did, it's what the Mystics did, especially in that fourth quarter. The decision making, the lazy passes, just careless, just basically just throwing lackadaisical passes, and then betting the lady Hamilton, John Quell and those ladies, they get in the passing lanes and they off to the races, and they got a lot of easy baskets in the fourth. And then once those points started piling up, even though the game was still close, you just felt the Mystics kind of will under the pressure a little bit. You know what I mean? As the game went on, whereas the team that was in the finals last year was calm. You know what I'm saying? They just executed it down the stretch, even with some calls not going their way. I just feel like you saw the difference between a team that came into the season together and basically another team that's trying to figure out who they are mostly and figure out a lot of players on their team. They got a lot of new players, man. So with that being said, man, the little things cost them the game because that was a winnable game. This would have been a big win to start the season, and they're just little things, missing layups, 24-second clock violations, where it's like y'all know what the shot clock is coming out at the timeout, and y'all not getting a shot on. Just uncharacteristic things that we are not used to seeing from a more veteran-led Mystics team. I don't think people understand the Mystics got about 7 players and between their rookie first couple years, like rookie to 3 years in that range. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna have to grow up fast, man. You know what I mean? There was some good performances. I love what Ariel Atkins did. Obviously, I think she's gonna have to continue this pace moving forward. I love what Sykes got going late, but I love her all around impact. She almost finished with a triple double, 14, 10, and 7. 2 steals. She woke up in the fourth quarter, got aggressive, and she was kind of the player that kept them close. But they need more from their bench, and they need more smart plays. It was just too many, especially during winning time, which was the fourth quarter. New York has no business outscoring them 26-13 in the fourth when you're up. And after the run they had over the second and third quarters where they had the game in their hand, and then New York just it's not even just New York. New York did what they did. They didn't do nothing spectacular. The Mystics just helped them. They just helped them beat them. And that's the difference between a team that's trying to get back to the championship and a team trying to find themselves. And that's what you saw tonight.
Rag, you want to chime in on tonight at all? What you took from it?
Yeah, man. Getting outscored by 13 in the fourth quarter in a 5-point game, that's super tough, man. They definitely gotta be more poised in the late stages. But like Cardell said, man, this is essentially a new group, so to speak, man. Some mainstays, they're not here anymore. So people are gonna have to step into those roles now. And they're essentially a different team. I do like what they did on the defensive end. We know the talent that the Liberty have on their roster, and they were bothered. They were extremely bothered, and that's what allowed the Mystics to to stay in the game while their offense was kind of late to the party. But they ended the half strong on the 13-0 run, and picked it up and continued it for the first part of the third quarter. But things just kind of went off the rails a little bit. But yeah, man, it's just day one. I imagine this is not the team we're going to be seeing later in the season as they continue to gel and get to know each other. Shakira's just coming back. She's going to have to get her sea legs back up under. She only played 20 minutes tonight. Aaliyah Edwards is going to have to find her way, and Stephanie Dawson, she's going to have to. They're all just going to have to get used to each other essentially. So yeah, man, you definitely would love for them to come out with a win, but yeah, being able to to come out here and rumble with the with the finals runner up, and that speaks volumes, especially considering the number of moving parts the Mystics had in the off season. So yeah, man, just looking forward to their progression throughout the year.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. And I think the biggest thing Cardell said is they still trying to figure a lot out about who they are as this group like what is it, the first year really post that 2019 window or whatever officially. You can officially close the door on it. But I was just encouraged, like you said, the defensive end. If that's the thing that can possibly be sustainable, that's going to keep you in so many games throughout this year. It's going to wear teams down. I think the offense will eventually get there, but the decision making late, like you said, Cardell, we're not used to it because it's essentially a whole different group. But to me, it was just fun watching them compete on the defensive end, and they, like you guys said, you guys both mentioned, it's not like they played a team, that's in the same place they are. That's the Liberty when Liberty were picked to go to the chip last year, ended up going, lost, but they did exactly what almost everybody expected them to do, but win last year. So to keep that in mind and put that in perspective. That said, you guys know what's next. Player of the game.
Before I go there, I definitely want to give Shakira also some props defensively. The host, Rihanna Stewart, the 8 points. Come on, man. That's why I say their identity is going to be on the defensive end, because you can see the potential with the way they flying around, getting in the passing lanes, and with Dawson kind of clogging the lane, it lets Shakira roam and do what she does best: use her athleticism and size and block shots. She finished with 5 blocks today. You know what I mean? And 13 points, 5 rebounds. Brianna Stewart only had 8 points and 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 of 9. She was totally out of sync. That's hard to do. You don't do that doing Stewie, dog. Unless she hurt or something. That's the only time that happens. And she wasn't. So I got to give her credit. But that's what I mean by these are the type of wins, man, you got to correct it, because these are the ones that come back to bite you later on in the season. You fighting for a playoff spot, and you like, man, and then you don't get it. You're thinking about these type of games, especially at home at the crib, because I don't expect the Liberty to be like this or Stewie to have 8 points in the next matchup. You won't get the full-fledged monster that they're capable of being. It's still early. You know what I mean? And, but with that said, player of the game, got to go with Jonquel Jones. She took it back to GW. She looking like GW, Jonquel. How we said last year, she kind of looked out of shape at the beginning of the season. I think she was coming off an injury overseas and whatnot. She in mid-season form. She looked ready to go, man. 25 and 8 from 10 to 17, 4 of 8 from deep. And it could have been worse. She got a couple calls out, like 50-50 calls, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, she had away from the opening tip. It was no contest, man. But definitely her.
Oh yeah, no argument here. Like you said, mid-season Jonquel. And a hell of a welcome to the league moment for Aaliyah Edwards early on, taking that bump on that drive. Jonquel was like, "Welcome, Rick," and finished with the right hand. Hey man,
hey man,
and you gonna have to go through it. Why not get it out the way early? Like,
it's a lot of rookies getting welcome to the league.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's kind of crazy. Some of us were hating. We just watched the league for a while. Interesting. But now, Jonquel is happy to doing this for New York every time. The last few times they've played Washington, both the previous version of Washington and tonight. Like, she's shown out, and New York's need every freaking bucket the times that it's happened. Right? If you had a different person.
Absolutely not, man. It's obvious.
All right. Possibly less obvious. Possibly not. X Factor.
Better than Lainey Hamilton, man. She went to work on them in the second half, man. Like, nobody could really guard her, and the Mystics were playing good defense. Like, it was one play Man, she was breaking down Samuelson. Samuelson was sliding her. She was right there, right there. Didn't matter. Just better, great defense, better offense. And it was just like, man. And with Stewie struggling, also Vandersloot being ineffective, they needed it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Ionescu to a certain point. Ionescu hit some free throws late, but she didn't shoot the ball well at all. That's why I mean, like this was a winnable game. They needed to win this because moving forward, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because you're gonna get the monster. They're gonna all be clicking on all cylinders next time. But hopefully the misses are as well. But I gotta go with Lane Hamilton, man. And not just that, even the defensive presence, man. To me, she's one of the most underrated players in the WNBA. They don't give her enough credit. She like the quiet X factor over there, but she's the problem. She outside John Quill, she's the one teams struggle to match her with because her athleticism and her impact, all around impact, especially on both ends. Defensively being tough. Like she was tearing them up with from mid range. Whenever they went under the screen, she made them pay. And even from 3-point range, she had a couple 3-pointers, man. So, she's gonna play like how she played tonight throughout the season. They gonna read. It's gonna be tough to keep them out of the finals again.
Right.
Yeah, no, man. I think this is another obvious choice as well. I feel like she was their X factor all last year as well, especially in the playoffs. She gets it done on both ends. And she did that again tonight. Yeah, man, just her versatility on defense and offense. Really, she can distribute as well as score when needed. So, and she definitely came up big tonight as well. So yeah, I agree with Benaja Laney Hamilton.
Oh yeah, I'm with y'all. She's what makes them unfair. Is think about like Cardell went down the list of people who had a rough game, and she was like 20. Like you take her
9 to
that
13.
yeah, an efficient, effective 20 against a team that was playing good defense, and she was the only other person on Liberty. Washington just did not have an answer for. The rest of their guards didn't really deal well with the physicality of Washington's defense, but Nigel was perfectly fine with it. Like that was a huge 20 right there, man. But again, shout out for those that don't pay attention to W. She's kind of what makes them unfair.
Yep.
Y'all had anything else to add before we get out of here?
No, sir. Back at it on Sunday. See what it look like now.
Yep. We'll see y'all on Sunday. They got a road game in between that. And like Cardell said, we'll see what they look like come Sunday afternoon. Y'all have a